In this video, we will talk a bit more about beta. I know it has been a long series of videos on beta, the coefficient matrix, but I guess we need to spend a bit more time on this. If you recall a bit, y is equal to x beta plus e, and over here y has a dimension of t cross 1, or rather we have t observations of y, and similarly we have t cross 1 for e, the error term. And if we look at beta, it is k cross 1, and if you look at x, this guy over here is your t cross k. T for the number of observations, the rows, and k for the number of your columns, because your beta will be having k betas inside. Obviously the first beta will be 1 because that is your interceptor. So with this background, we can straight away jump to the estimate of beta hat, or rather the estimate of beta, known as beta hat. Beta hat is equal to, now if we try to look for the dimensions over here, x transpose will be k cross t, x will be t cross k. So over here you will get k cross k, and inverse of this will again have dimension of k cross k. This guy x transpose will have k cross t. So if you combine all of these guys till x transpose, leaving y aside, you will get, taking these two guys, k cross t. And if you look at the dimension of y, y is t cross 1. So this guy over here is t cross 1. So the resultant will be naturally k cross 1, which is our expectation. But try to understand what's exactly happening. If you look at the estimate vector or the coefficient matrix over here, you can simply see that this beta hat guy is a collection of betas from 1 to beta k. Now these guys over here, how are they calculated? This big box thing is a matrix of dimension k cross t. So it will have k rows, right? And you will be going to multiply all the row elements with the y elements over here, because y is going to be t cross 1, so it will be y1 and so on till yt. So you take the first row and take this whole y1 to yt. Similarly, take the second row, then y1 to yt. So you're trying to combine this guy thing over here, this matrix thing over here, with y. So it's kind of a linear combination. All the elements over here are getting multiplied with the y values. So beta hat essentially is formed by the linear combination of y values, these guys. So you can think of it in this way to make it more clear, that beta hat is a vector. It contains beta 1, beta 2 and so on till beta k. Now these beta guys are essentially your individual coefficients. Now these individual coefficients are nothing but linear combination of your y values. Now the linear combination weights are given by these rows over here. The rows are calculated how? Using this matrix. The matrix over here is x transpose x inverse into x transpose. This will give you the rows over here, or rather this will give you the full matrix, and you will take row, then y's, then again row, then y's. So this beta hat is essentially a linear combination of your y values, the dependent guy over here. So there is a property over here that beta hat is the best linear unbiased estimator. Now, what do I mean by this? This is known as blue. Beta hat is blue. What do I mean by that? See, so far we have understood that beta hat over here is a linear combination of y values. So we can say that beta hat is a linear estimator, and we already know that beta hat is also an unbiased estimator. We have talked about that in a previous video, that beta hat is an unbiased estimator of beta. So beta hat is linear unbiased estimator. So it is linear and unbiased estimator. Now what about B? How it is best? Because if we combine B with LUE, it will become blue. How is it best? So there's a theory that beta hat has the least variance among the class of linear unbiased estimators. So this means that take any linear estimator, and if it is unbiased, then it won't have a lesser variance than your beta hat. I won't get into the proof of that because that won't help us in solving any further problems or any conceptual hurdles. So that I will relegate to your self-study. So try to look up any book on econometrics and you'll get a proof of why beta hat is blue, best linear unbiased estimator. But I just gave you an idea that what do I mean by blue. First of all, I explained you why it is linear estimator, and then why it is unbiased we have already covered in a previous video, and hence it is blue because it has the least variance among the class of linear unbiased estimators. Now let's try to understand a bit more about the variance of beta hat, because we know that the variance of beta hat is given by a term called sigma square x transpose x inverse, but we don't know sigma square. Sigma square is also a thing which we do need to calculate or rather estimate. So how do we estimate the variance of beta hat? That's our next challenge. All I'm saying is that beta hat has a variance of sigma square x transpose x inverse, but I do not know the value of sigma square. This is something which we need to estimate. So how will we find this? That is our next piece of discussion. So a bit of recall over here, or rather a bit of condensation of the thoughts which we have gone through. We know that y is equal to x beta plus e, and y minus y hat is your e hat or residual. So you can also think of it in this way, that e hat is equal to y minus x beta hat and e is equal to y minus x beta. Now I have made a bit of mess over here. Take all the x as this, don't take it the other way around because that will be confusing, right? So take all the x like the cross thing, not the cursive x. So x beta e gives you y, x beta hat gives you y hat, y minus y hat gives you e hat. This guy over here is known as residual, and e hat or the residual is essentially y minus x beta hat, because y hat is x beta hat, and e from this equation is y minus x beta. So essentially e and e hat are just a bit of play over the estimates. On top of this equation, if you put the estimate for beta, you will get the e hat or the residual. I hope this is clear. Now, as we already know that expectation of your ei square will give you the variance of ei. Now, what do I mean by these things? We know that expectation of E is 0, which means all the terms in the E vector t cross 1, ei, which is e1 to et, they will give you 0 expectation. So the variance is simply the expectation of their square. right? So I can simply say that once I calculate the variance of EI, I will be equating that to expectation of EI square. Now, if you look carefully, we have already denoted the variance of EI. That is your sigma square. That was part of your model formulation. So this guy over here is nothing but your sigma square. This is given by our model formulation. So with this idea, let's move ahead a bit and concretize these thoughts. We know that E hat will have a dimension of t cross 1. So E hat transpose will have a dimension of 1 cross t. So if I want to calculate the expectation of E hat transpose into E hat, it will essentially be E hat 1 dot 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 E hat t into E hat 1 dot 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 E hat t. And if I just remove the hat, your expectation of E transpose E will be equal to E1 dot 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 ET E1 dot 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 ET. And if I just calculate these guys, this will be your, I missed out an expectation. There's an expectation over here. Expectation E1 square, then dot 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 ET square. So essentially you'll have t terms and you want to get the expectation of all the terms, and we already know expectation of that is variance, which is sigma square. So this will be equal to t sigma square. So now we know that expectation of E transpose E is t sigma square, but we do not know this expectation, right? And the idea here is we need to get this expectation because this is something which we do not know. We do not measure sigma square. Again, repeating myself, E hat is your y minus y hat, which is equal to y minus x beta hat, which is equal to y minus x transpose x inverse x transpose y. This is just your putting the value of b hat over here. This can be further written as taking y guys common, I minus x transpose x inverse x transpose and taking y common. Now this guy over here, I minus this thing is your idempotent matrix, which means if I square this matrix over here, it will remain the same.